Hi there, my name is Bahaddin. I am trying to recreate the RDL 2 challenge of the semi-final winner Dan. We are going to take this design and turn it into a fully Webflow website using the free Webflow components from Relume and the cloning website from Relume. I added already the fonts and uploaded the images and the resources. So I'm going to use a timer, and I will try to finish this in an hour, maybe or less. So now we need to delete this so can we use the Relume clonable website. And we are going to start with a navbar. The navbar, we have a navbar from the design with a logo in the middle. We are going to put in the body outside of the main. So Dan used the beige background. I believe that that's the number, but I believe it's incorrect. No, I'm going to add a background color using the FinSuite client first, duplicate and create a new background color. We should maybe use this in the style, but this is a speed run, so we are going to change the style on the way. Now we are going to change the navbar background to transparent. The links, we are getting the links from Dan's design in Figma, and he is using PP Gatwick with a 9 and the bold. There it is, yes, a PP Gatwick with a 9. So to convert to rem, we are going to divide it by 16, the bold, and he have all capitalized. Also, there is no paddings. Actually, I'm going to add 70 pixel margin in the right, but I believe that that's a bad method. We should add maybe a flex to the navbar wrapper and the gap to 70 pixels or 4.3 rems. Like that, the navbar is done. The logo, the Relume library uses, or the Relume component uses an image. We are going to use a text and add it in the navbar, but we can't add a text under a text. So a link under a link. So we should add delete that and add a text. It's a black with a PP Mori 19. I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. If you have any comments or things that can help me make it faster or more correct, please correct me. For the letter spacing, he is using 2%. And to convert that, you need to use EM in the letter spacing. 2%, that means 2.02, 0.02. For the button we are using, or the selector of the main class, which is the button itself. He is using, I believe, the same button or the same button style all over the website. So the background, now I found out that I chosen the wrong background color from the first, so you need to change that in the page wrapper. Like that. It's the better way is to change that into in the guide style, but and take time to do that. So in the long run, it's going to be better. We adjusting the style of the button, the font, and the padding. I believe that's a good padding, and it is similar to the padding top and bottom. It's designed by I believe the grid. The grid is the one who's given us the padding top and bottom, so we can control only right and left padding. And it's 7 minutes, and only we done the navbar. Now we are going to for the hero section. It's image on the right, text on the left. We are going to use that layout number 1 from Relume library that will help us secure and go fast. So the left text is going to be centered, and there is no button, only one button. The group button, we are going to center it because it's a flex, justify as middle or center. That tagline is used as a title. I'm going to give it a new class, header tagline. Please don't judge my namings, I'm going fast, and sometimes getting up new names is harder than the design. Dan used this plume color with the hopeless font and size of 29, letter spacing. Ninety percent line height. We are going here to style all the H2s using PP right Gothic. The right Gothic. It's somehow I have only the font, that font or that weight from that font, but I should put that on the light, or it's not going to give me the weight that I want. He's using a maroon with a 9% or 9% line height, and I believe 0.5 em. Now it's done. I believe it's done. We are going to the paragraph. It's the same for all of the page. PP writer with the 18. That's text size medium. Yes, it's overriding the. He's overriding the size. Now the button, we have styled the one up there in the nav bar. So now it's done. The right side, it's done. Now we're going to only modify the copy so it matches the design. Dan designed his interface in 1440 width, and we are using our laptop. It's only at 1071, but I believe in the higher or the higher, bigger 1440 is going to be better. Looking similar. So now we should make the right section and go all the way to the edge, and by that we are going to give the grid or the layout components a full width. But before that we are going to correct something, and that's the button doesn't have, and the navbar doesn't have the border that comes directly from the Relume library. We can use this image, or we can use the image wrapper as with a background, and then gives maybe it look like 40 or 45 view width, and the height also we can adjust that so that we can, or we can use padding also, which is a good way maybe to maintain the responsivity of the image. Now the layout component, we are going to give it 1.5 view weight and a margin of 5 view width. That will make it go to the edge. We are choosing the position and a fixed non-repeat and cover. We have now a gap and we need to find a solution. This solution didn't give us good results. Now we are going to add the second image. It needs a wrapper. And we are going to put an image inside it. Like that. The colors used in this design are so beautiful. And the resources used by Dan are beautiful also. Because it's position absolute and the image is 100%. The position of the image is going to be decided by top and bottom. So we'll try to eye measure it, and it will be responsive as well. Dan used a tilt or an angle, and it's a 0.85. We are going to transform rotate with a minus 85. And that's the nice tilt there with a border of white. Let's use rams in here, half ram, all the directions, and in the bottom we are going to make it bolder. There is a ribbon. That position is going to be absolute relatively to the second image, roughly in half in the center and above the image. In the grid we are removing the padding and adding a margin, so with a width of 105 and a margin of width 4, we should add an overflow hidden to the body. But okay, the logos, there is this free logo one. I believe that Dan used another layout, and it should be a marquee that's moving. But we are going to use this logo component one and modify it. I'm going to use it as a full width and don't wrap, so it's goes all the way. There's a tilt also. You can add that and rotate from 2D and 3D transform and the minus 0.85 degrees. He used the mystery item, the feather, and we are going to use a text also alongside it. So now we gave it a class pp gatwick with a 0.4 height. It doesn't know why he did that. Maybe it was speed. We're going to adjust the text in here and the space in 80 pixels. So because of the component is a flex, we can use that gap, and that's a 5 rem. 80 by 16, it's 5 rem. Now we are going to adjust the copy and paste. Now we should stretch or not the shoulder of the flex should stretch if possible, or shouldn't wrap at all. The paddings is somehow big. I should take the time and adjust those spacing, maybe with custom paddings. Now we are going to use, it's like a feature with cards. I believe that layout is the nearest looking one. It has the title H3. We are going now to modify that heading font, and that's a white Gothic with 56. Light one. It's a 0.9 height. I believe I should have changed that. And the section is all the way to the edge, so I'm going to remove the global padding. I'm sure there is a better way to do this, and please comment or the right way. There is no button in this card, and you are going to give the layout some margin in left, as we did in the hero section. Maybe the card is somehow big, and I'm giving it a 35 view width, and the gap is going to be 7 pixels or 6 pixels, and we are going to do that only in pixels. The text is centered, and the image should have width of 35 and the height of 35 view width, so it's gonna be a rectangle, a square, like that. The images, the wrapper have the width and the height, and the image inside it is 100% with the cover. We are going to align the text in middle and adjust. If we did that on the guide style, it will be faster. I believe it's going to be faster. Even Dan used the 5 fonts in this website. Other websites, maybe you could have only 2 or 3 types of fonts and text, so that will be easier. The text is PP Writer. It's black and transparent. I'm going to use all paragraphs or features paragraph. That's because it's somehow special. Text. No, not that. We are giving the background color. Now we should adjust the color text. And we are in a half an hour. It's 30 minutes and we only did 3 sections, or you can say 2 sections. And I believe we are done. It looks the same. The spacing is somehow odd. The line height in this title should be adjusted to 0.9 as in this Dan's design. Now we are going to the next section. It's an image on the left and the text on the right. It's half an hour and we did all that. It's not bad, but it could be better. Now we add that. Section layout 192. It's also a full width section, and I believe there is a better way to do that. There is no gap, but we are going to give the right section, section white background and a padding. He used this, but it's not the same from the resources because he is using a burn with the 95%. And that's it. The content should be white and the padding is 58. We are going to give 58, maybe that's 5 RAM in all directions. We are going to click on the control and that will adjust all of the 4 sides. That HT2 is the same as H2 above. We're going to give to the content and the image a height of 100% so that they match. But because I believe that's a grid or a flex, they should have an equal height, and that will make it better. We are going to give the content top and the bottom, and using flex we are going to separate them or give them a gap. Yeah, using flex and then justify like in the top and in the bottom, and give them a minimum gap of 5 rands so that it looks beautiful. I believe that we should add also responsive text with JavaScript or CSS, because in this view it's looking so big, but in a bigger view or bigger laptop breakpoint it's going to be look more beautiful, but like this it's somehow not that beautiful. Like you see in here, all half the work is a text work. If we invested the time and use the time in the style guide. That would be better, and I believe that should give us a lot of time. Maybe we'll do this in the next challenge. Just comment or like so I can see if you like this. Well, I'm using this to in the bottom we are going to add also a flex, an horizontal flex, and justify add so they can be in the end and in the beginning with a gap of 2, but it's not looking that great because of the copy, of course, and the size. Tell me which the best breakpoint point that I should design with, or there is some guys that or some designers, developers that design for the mobile first and then go up. Is it better? And like that, we finish it. This section, the space in between sections is so big, and we can modify that, I believe, with the FinSuite padding. If it is consistent, of course. If not, we can do that in a custom padding, or remove the padding. So we are copying what we did in here. So the component we are going to give it. Why is that? Why is giving us that margin? Yes, there is a max width in here. Why? So we are going to remove that container. We should remove that. Max width, and it's done. It's looking better like this. If we add a larger breakpoint, we're going to see that it's cleaner, but there is a lot of spacing, and this hero right left section should be modified. Okay, it's 42 minutes, and this website is nearly finished, with some mistakes here and there, but if we can finish this in an hour, we can have another hour to just modify it and make it pixel perfect. This is a straight blocks design, and it's beautiful, simple and beautiful. Even the contender of Dan, she did well. She did a very good, beautiful design in half an hour. That was so beautiful. Thank you for Relume for doing this and giving us a view how the professionals do this. So we are going to copy the section from above and only change the images. You should maybe also change the classes by duplicating them and changing the name. In this layout we have an image with a background and there is a title and a button. The title section we are going to give it a flex and add the price as a text or a link. Maybe the title should be a link. I should not let or keep those div blocks as like that. I should give them a class so that I can control them better. I believe there is a shortcut for that, so I can embed the item, but I doesn't know it. Or maybe it doesn't have. The price is gonna be $20. It's a cheap one. The shop item title, we're going to give it a flex, no result on flex. With maybe a spacing, and the price is going to be Gatwick with 12 pixels, and we're going to convert that to rams. We're going to add a gap. The color was a maroon with a 50% opacity. We're going also to add a button. You can use a button, or you can use a link text or link block that is more flexible. And we are going to give it the standard button class. And just in the copy is going to be or show the real finished design. And like that, I believe we finished that shop section. We have now 50 minutes. We have maybe 10 minutes, and we could make our mark of an hour. The testimonial section in the free one, it has maybe 2. We are going to use testimonial one and modify it. Copy paste in the main wrapper, and it will automatically put it in the last. We're going to remove. We are going first to give a background color of this blue. We are going to duplicate that. It doesn't maybe need it in the swatch, so it's we used only one time. We're going to delete that logo and put the text on the right and the image on the left. By using a flex. So now we have two sections. We are going to horizontal and add a gap of 94, maybe that's 6, and Webflow just crashed. Let's refresh and hope nothing is gone. Good, good. Replacing the image of the client and removing the fixed width and fixed height, and also the radius. I had a problem in here, so I couldn't figure out how could I make the image bigger. So I'm trying here to increase the width, but the problem is with the flex is that the text is taking all the space, and I should change the display to a grid. Nothing is working in here, which is somehow weird. And this needs some troubleshooting, but I found the solution. Now let's edit this, and I did here a big mistake. The class name has been duplicated, so it has the 2, and I decided to style it with the heading number 5, but the heading style H5 is used in the cards above. So when we scroll up, we are going to find that we did a big mistake. It's a right Gothic with a 3.5 RAM and a height of 90%. We're still troubleshooting that image, but none of that will work. And now we figure out that we did a problem, and that we are used the wrong heading style, H5. Maybe we should and all H3 headings is used maybe. No, it's not used. You only used the H1, H2 and H4. So let's use our Control C and go back to the original, like that. and we are going to use it's not a heading, it's text block, but using the heading style is going to help us a lot. And if we invested the time in the guide style, that would help us in here. And now we give a custom class to that, and now we can style it as we want. I believe that we can change that class names using the folders in FinSuite or the FinSuite plugin. But for the moment, you are chasing the time, and we are an hour now. We are an hour in, and we are almost finished. And this testimonial name he used the same one as in the tagline, in hero tagline. Hopeless romantic with the white. We adjust the spacing. I believe now that we found the problem. And that took a lot of time. And there it is. That's the solution. There is a lot of guessing work in here, and that's, I believe, it's a bad thing. Now we are going to adjust and give rotate, transform, rotate to the image, a border, and add also the ribbon to the image. The clock sometimes make you nervous, and so you can't see the obvious solution. The ribbon is adjusted a different way from the hero. And like that. This is done. We are now going to use the footer. It's a simple footer, so only text. We are going to add that in the main, in the wrapper, page wrapper, not in the main. It's I believe for accessibility purposes. We're going to delete all of that. Yes, there is no divider. The padding should be small. And the text is all black, but we should change the font to writer. The text also, or the link also to writer, but with no decoration. And like that, that's an hour and 10 minutes. I believe we finished our page. It needs some spacing and some modifications here and there, but it's somehow good. It's not responsive or 100% responsive, but we should modify that and should not take us a lot of time. So I believe that another hour could help us do that. Thank you.